Happy day. I hope you're having a happy day. My name is Sharon Horne-Ellstrom. And if this is the first time you're hearing my voice, go ahead and put hashtag pajama in the comments below, because I like to be called the pajama grandma. I like to be the pajama grandma. Well, I like to be called the pajama grandma because I am a pajama grandma. And I have discovered that I can actually create the life I want in my pajamas these days. That is a very freeing, fun feeling. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We are here to talk about stretching our comfort zone. This is the Daily Scare Share, and it is day 149 of the Daily Scare Share. 148 days we've been doing things to stretch our comfort zone, bust us out of the rut we've been living in. Okay, bust me out of the rut I've been living in, and just expand and grow and be who we're meant to be. Oh my gosh, that's a pretty big thing for today, isn't it? Well, I get on Facebook Live. I've done it 148 days. Today is day 149 in a row, sharing ways that I can do one thing a day that scares me from the book, Do One Thing a Day That Scares You. My daughter challenged me this year to get out of the rut I've been living in because, you know, sometimes we get set in our ways and we get habits and routines that maybe are serving us but aren't serving us at the greatest level. So people that love us notice even when we don't, and they say, maybe, just maybe, you could be doing something different. You could be doing something better. You should be doing something more. You should be contributing more. You should be participating and getting out and experiencing more of all the amazing things that life has to offer. So I took up that challenge, and today is day 149 because of that. Today is a sayings day. I love these sayings days because they give me something to think about. First thing in the day, first thing in the morning. I don't know when you're hearing this, but I do this first thing in the morning. It's one of the first things I do when I get up is I look at this, and it sets the tone for my entire day. It sets me up for possibility thinking. It sets me up to know that I'm going to face challenges and obstacles, but when I do, I can look at them from a different way. I can decide how I'm going to react in a much more positive, proactive way than I did 148 days ago. So today, get to it, Sharon, get to it already. We've got stuff to do. That would be me saying that, not you necessarily. Today it says, magnifying glass, it is easy to be brave from a safe distance. And that is an Aesop fable by Aesop. It's easy to be brave from a safe distance. That at first didn't bring much up for me, but then like everything else, if I think about it for a minute, all of a sudden my subconscious and my conscious mind serves me up all kinds of things that have to do with activities from a safe distance. Now, I was thinking of things like observers versus participators, people that watch but don't necessarily act. And I was thinking about it with respect to first sports, because that's the biggest thing that most of us can relate to. How many sports do you watch but have never ever done yourself or participated in? I think some of the most avid, obnoxious fans in certain sports are people that have never actually done that sport. That is a perfect example of being brave from a safe distance. Yelling at a football game or a wrestling match or boxing match, telling somebody to beat somebody bloody is pretty easy when you're not the one in the ring getting hit in the head a gazillion times, when you're not the one on the football field getting sacked. It's easy to be brave and criticize and judge other people. I found the same is true in my business life, in my business career, and in my corporate career. It's very easy for people to judge other people, especially when they've never done something themselves. I found, and you find that everywhere in every walk of life, people are criticizing and judging other people, but they're judging them for things that they may never have done. People love to judge other people's Facebook Lives, for example, which is why a lot of people are afraid to do them. It's why I was first afraid to do them, because we're afraid of what people are going to say and how they're going to judge us. The funny thing is, most of the people that are doing the judging, with a few exceptions of people who are helping other people to get brave enough to do Facebook Lives, are people that have never done a Facebook Live. So why would we ever listen to or be criticized by people that have never done something that are criticizing us for actually doing it? And then you have to ask yourself, why are they criticizing me for what I'm doing if they've never done it? Well, is it because they're afraid to do it? And if you succeed, it shows them that they could probably have done it too, but they just had to get over their fear of doing it? Yes, the answer is yes. So I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about all the things in business that, and it's really, I think social media has brought this so much to our attention. People criticize and judge and show the world who they are, and they don't even know they're showing us who they are when they do that and when they behave that way, because most other people don't get it either and don't see it. But there's some of us that look around and say, when you act that way, you're showing me everything about you and nothing about me. When people hate on us or criticize us, it's them showing us that they have something in themselves that they are hating on and criticizing on. It probably has nothing to do with us whatsoever. So it's very, very easy to be brave from a distance. And the challenge today is, it says, today I came closer to blank. So what can I get closer to that will stretch my comfort zone and allow me to be brave up close and personal? Well, my number one thing is to take action. Action trumps fear every single time. If I'm afraid of something, if I'm afraid of doing something, all I have to do is take a step toward doing that thing. I don't even have to actually do the thing. I just have to take a step toward it. Let me think of some examples. And I've done a lot of things that I'm afraid of in my life, let's be honest. If we reach any level of success, and sometimes people are just afraid to get out of bed. I used to be afraid to get up and get out of bed in the morning because I had some health challenges. But I learned that the toughest part, the biggest challenge of every day, and even for people that don't have issues, is getting out of bed. The hardest thing you'll do every single day is get out of bed. And if you get out of bed the first time that alarm clock rings and you don't go back to bed, you've already won for your day. So that's not a very good example of being brave, but it is a good example of taking action. So to me, to be brave from a distance, yeah, that's kind of the coward's way, and that's being judgmental, but it is pretty cowardly, and it is pretty lame to judge other things that you've never done, to criticize. Well, criticizing other people is pretty lame anyway. I don't know, I'm not sure exactly why we would need to ever judge and criticize other people. Now, I will tell you, this is a new realization for me, like in the last 7 or 8 years, because before then, I was like everybody else. I was kind of a judgmental bitch, and I criticized and judged other people because I didn't know that that was just me and my insecurities and my judgment of myself being projected onto other people. Well, once I learned that, I stopped judging other people because I don't want other people to think that I'm that insecure and that judgmental and that I need to criticize other people. We're all here to have our own journey, to live our own lives. And who am I to judge somebody else's life? I don't have any idea what goes on in their life. Yes, I might see a little bitty picture, or I might see a couple of actions that someone does, but that's not the whole person. That's not who they are. That's not the essence of who they are. The little snippets we see of other human beings and other people, it's just a tiny fraction of who that person is. So who am I to judge? So what can I do today to come closer to something that makes me actually brave instead of being brave from a distance? Closer to taking massive action. Well, I'm kind of one of those people that acts every day. Now, what I need to get better at, I will admit, is taking the right massive action. I'm awesome at taking a lot of action, but I forget sometimes, and I get sidetracked, and I get all excited about something, and I forget to. I don't always forget, but sometimes I forget to ask myself, okay, yeah, you're all excited about this, but is this what you should really be doing right now? And a lot of times I pick things because I'm excited about them, and they get me out of doing something that I don't want to do. It's my secret way of actively procrastinating. Do you ever do that? Actively procrastinate? I am an awesome active procrastinator. So today, I will work on taking the right massive action. What can you work on today that brings you closer to whatever it is that you want? Go out and do that. Have an awesome day. And I'll see you tomorrow with day 150 of the Daily Scare Share. How exciting is that? 150 days of expanding our comfort zone. That is exciting. Bye.